हां चालू झालं आता. मॅडम तिथं व्हिडिओ कॅप्चर थांबा. ते दाखवतच नाही एटीएम आहे. तुम्ही कसं कळलं? एकच मिनिट मी फक्त चालत जातो. इथे दिसतोय का बघा बरं ह्याला. हा इन दिलाय तो घेत का नाही. एकच मिनिट. नाही इथे एक जे चिन्ह असतं ना सर एटीएम लावले येतो ते
आता हेच लावा परत.
अरे आयडिओ कसं येतोय मग सर? हो ना आयडिओ चालू आहे सर.
त्यांच्याकडे बघा यूज आहे.
बनसोडे ठीक है ओके
Kind attention, ladies and gentlemen. जे मागं बसलेले आहेत जरा please come forward. I request all the members sitting in behind to please come forward. All the youth that have come from Indore, Bangalore and Pune also to please come forward. Please kindly I request all of you all please सामने आ जाइए. सभी मेंबर्स से निवेदन है कि और आगे आ जाइए. प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड. प्लीज ऑक्यूपाई द फ्रंट एरिया. जरा करीब आ जाइए इकट्ठा बैठने के लिए. ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज कम इन द फ्रंट. प्लीज प्लीज जल्दी आ जाइए. वी आर स्टार्टिंग. सामने आ जाइए सब लोग. कैन वी हैव द यूथ फोरम पीपल टू प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम इंदौर, बैंगलोर एंड पुणे स्टूडेंट्स. Please be seated. Please be seated quickly. We are starting. I request the youth forum students also to please come forward. Please जो पीछे बैठे हैं please सामने आ जाइए. आप भी. All of you all sitting behind. Ladies please come forward. All the ladies sitting behind please come forward. And also announcement for the exhibitors. All the exhibitors in the exhibition hall also requested to come inside the auditorium. I request the volunteers कि exhibition hall में जाके exhibitors को इस auditorium में ले आए. Hello, check, sir. Should I? All the exhibitors at the exhibition hall are requested to come inside the auditorium. May I request जो exhibition hall में exhibitors हैं, सभी exhibitors members से निवेदन है कि वे hall के अंदर आ जाए auditorium में. Good morning, everybody. This is the third day of the 55th IWWA Annual Convention at the historical city of Maharashtra, Pune. A hearty welcome to one and all once again. For this session, we are going to inaugurate is of the Youth Forum. So, Zordar Taliyon se please welcome our chief guest for the day, R.G.Holani sir. Please welcome him on the dais. Please, I request the volunteers to escort him. We also request Shri M. Mathiyalagan, Vice President, IWWA, to please come on stage. I request Director Youth Forum IWWA, Shri Vijay Charhate ji, to also please come on the dais. He's already there. Welcome, sir. The Voice of Youth, General Manager ESF and Youth Representative Shri Dhawal Patil ji also is requested to come on the dais. And the main pillar behind this convention, the most important strength of IWWA, President of IWWA, Zordar Talia ho jaye for Shri S.B. Bhujbal ji, who is also on the dais, please. Presentation of bouquets. Let us welcome all the delegates on the dais. May I request Bhujbal sir to present a bouquet to our honorable chief guest, Shri.R.G.Holani ji, former Member Secretary, MJP, Government of Maharashtra. I request Engineer Chavre sir to present a bouquet to Shri Vijay Charhate, Director Youth Forum. Engineer Chavre sir. Yeah. आता दोनदा सांगितलं. Okay, again I'll say. परत या. I know परत मागं गेले या. I once again I request Zavlekar sir, Engineer Zavlekar, to please come forward and present a bouquet to Shri Dhawal Patil ji, General Manager and Youth Representative. Engineer Zavlekar sir, present a bouquet to Shri Dhawal Patil ji. I once again request, I have been requested by the committee, पीछे बैठे सभी members, please सामने आ जाइए. All the youth, all the members sitting behind, please और करीब आ जाइए stage के. A lot of chairs are empty in the front. Please come and occupy the chairs in the front. Is Saraf and the center. Please, all of you all behind, please come forward. The youth especially, all of you in the uniform, Indore, Bangalore and Pune, sabhi students, please come forward. Laukar, please. Yeah. Thank you one and all once again. Hearty welcome to all the dignitaries. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri R.G.Holani to address the gathering.
Good morning. Good morning. That's great. That's the voice of youth. So, I start here with the President of Indian Motor Works Association, Mr. Bhujbal, Mr. Charhate, and Mr. Patil, and all of you who are more important than this dais, who has to take the mantle further in water, wastewater, environment, and for that matter, this sector in a sustainable manner. And that is what I think today's theme is: sustainable sewage and water management. So many of you looks to be student here and also the youthful engineers of various organizations, along with my old colleagues in the Indian Water Works Association. I am here to address the youth in particular and the guiding generation as well as to what youth expect from them, rather than only we expect from the youth. In this particular address, I will just try to have the aspirations of youth and the way the guiding people can guide them, and what are the opportunities available in the market in future out of the overall goal of the sustainable development of the earth as such. To begin with, I think the student, if they are knowing and not knowing the sustainable development goal from where we shall start, the sustainable development goals are the goals for the world put forth by the United Nations for all the nations of the earth, so that whatever resource management as well as whatever development that takes place in the world, they are sustainable with reference to the resource consumption as well as the nature as such. The population of the world may be reaching some 8.5 billions in the time to come, and the resources available on the earth, including water, may not be sufficient to cater for this kind of population. It is said at one place that this 8.5 billion is 3 times the sustainable capacity of the earth if nothing is done. So some management measures, some innovative ideas has to be implemented to even sustain 8.5 billion of the population on the earth. Otherwise, what happens is the nature takes care of whatever has to be corrective measures to be done. I can put forth an example of nature taking care in terms of, maybe you may call it as extraneous thinking, out-of-box thinking or whatever. In my opinion, Corona is one of the corrective measures taken by the nature to sustain this world. Maybe 1 or 2 crores of the people might have died, and if you look back to every 100 years, such natural things have happened, and every time it tries to correct. The developmental things, if they are not sustainable, can lead to Joshimat kind of thing also, and which is nothing but a sort of corrective measure by the nature itself. So coming now to the water in particular, I am optimistic that the change of climate has some bad things and some good things that are coming out. We can't call it as a good thing, but extreme climate and extreme water events, that is the rain events, though they are equally bad in terms of managing it for the urban drainage, or even for the rural drainage, or even for the agriculture. But when we used to think in the past 20-25 years back, there used to be in the summer, every time we had the scarcities in Maharashtra. Now, for 2-3 years, if you get sufficient water, maybe there may be flood events, but in the summer, you get some water as far as the drinking water scenario is concerned. But flood management is becoming a problem. Coming to the drinking water specifically, because this organization, Indian Water Works Association, in particular deals with the drinking water. Even though the events of heavy rainfall has increased, it doesn't mean that the overall availability of water on the earth has increased. There are some areas where this activity has increased, there are some areas where the rainfall has decreased also. And the management of lower availability of water is a challenge and opportunity as well for the youth that is coming forward. The opportunities that youth can take out of this, in right from planning the systems for drinking water to the operations and management of it, can very well be taken into consideration. And since water management is not alone a civil engineering thing, but it is a multidisciplinary thing, if you ask the practicing engineer, if the youth asks the practicing engineer, you will find there is a civil engineering, there is a hydraulics, there is a hydrodynamics, there is a flood management, there is the groundwater, there is the surface water, dams, then comes the pipes, the mechanical engineering, the electrical engineering, the instrumentation, and the telecommunication, active day-to-day real-time management. All these facets constitutes the opportunities for the younger generation, both in terms of employment as well as in terms of entrepreneurship. I remember I was on one of the committees of the IoT for the Jal Jeevan mission and the management of the water supply system through IoT. IoT is nowadays a buzzword in the electronics and telecommunications sector, and the management of the various systems. So there is huge opportunity not only in water, go to IoT, every sector will need that one. And that is not only the electronics and telecommunication or the information technology, because every engineer nowadays tries to go for the information technology sector, whatever may be his domain knowledge. May he be a civil engineer, mechanical, electrical, whatever. He wants a cozy life, sitting in the air-conditioned offices and doing something in the IT kind of a management system development. But mind well, all the youth, including those who have interest or doesn't have interest, unless you have the domain knowledge, you cannot be a successful person in the the information technology sector as such. Or you will have to have the people of domain knowledge to have the successful implementation of the information technology in the management of that particular sector. With this kind of thinking, the domain knowledge in terms of the water, the people available in that one are reducing in number. And I expect that the youth here, if they are actively interested, they shall pursue the career in water, wastewater and the solid waste management, huge opportunities. Now, coming to my older generation or the guiding generation, I can call it, they are the providers of this opportunity to the youthful people. After leaving the government, I had been working in the private sector and very closely watching how we are providing the opportunities to the younger generation. I am very sad to note that in the form of competition, a cutthroat competition, the people who are providing the services, manufacturing the various equipments required for the water and wastewater sector, they are cutting cost in terms of even the salaries of the engineers or the inputs they are taking into. I have seen at the paltry sum of 15,000 and 20,000, the MTech environment people are being hired by these guys in the market. There is a need to relook into by the guiding generation or those who are providing opportunities to the youth as such, to understand as to what extent there shall be a competition. There shall not be, I don't say that there shall not be a competition, but the competition which is again not sustainable in terms of the profits minimum desired by these organizations cannot provide the required aspiration of the youth. If they are getting some handsome payments in the IT sector or the other sector like bank sector, many engineers are working in the banks and financial management sector. We really need to look into as to why this is happening. We need to analyze this particular situation and then come out with on a common platform that to what extent we shall go even for the competition. I have a bad experience with the government organizations also. I may not call it as a bad because we all are contributing to that. See, earlier it was when the market was lower, the inflation was not that too much. Even at that moment of time, preparing or providing the services was something like 2% of the cost of project. The project management used to be 5 to 6% of the cost of the project. But now, if everyone is trying to only grab, काम करेगा या नहीं करेगा पता नहीं, 0.25% of the project cost. What those who have taken the work at 0.25%, and that has become the datum with the government to provide, they are providing the fees to the several people. To what extent these people in turn can provide as the incentives or the salaries to the youth, those are aspiring to come into the infrastructure sector. So there is a need for the government also to look into. Only L1 is not the criteria, and there has to be some other criteria which are available in the market to be used by the government to get good quality services, good quality products, and this will in turn reverse the vicious cycle into the virtuous cycle, and then only we can expect the youth to come into this particular sector. The another thing that is required is the very high level of knowledgeability and guiding with wholeheartedness to the youth. Many times it happens that the youth that comes into the sector there are certain reservations kept by the seniors कि सारी चीजें बता दूंगा तो मेरा क्या रह गया. So it doesn't mean like that. So I worked for 7 to 8 years and I am proud of at least developing 4 to 5 younger generation person to the best whatever knowledge I had without keeping any reservation. I tried to give it to them. So is the case that in the manufacturing sector, maybe in the services sector, when you are at a level like 60, 65 and above, nothing has to be hidden. I mean, you pass on your knowledge for the benefit of this earth, and that mantle will be taken up by this youth, and then only they can come up. Otherwise, for them also, for any person coming into this capitalistic world, the money is the driving force. If you just tell a boy of 25 or 30 that you profess even if you do not get adequately paid, mind well they will be the last one, because there is a huge competition even to get better packages and all that one. And people without better packages will not come to any sector at all, and this shall be borne into mind by the water sector as well. While driving towards the SDGs, earlier it used to be called as a Millennium Development Goal, and now the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal for this earth. And hungry youth cannot profess the Sustainable Development Goal. In fact, one of the Sustainable Development Goal in those 17 also say that the hunger has to be taken out of this world. And if you are eyeing at कि 15,000 and 17,000 में the MTech guy shall work for you, I would like that this is an eye-opener thing, and we need to work towards bringing it into the virtuous cycle taken together, all of us. The youth, again coming to the youth, here there may be civil engineers or the environmental engineers as such, and they are also, when they are thinking in terms of the design. Nobody wants to go to the sites. Nobody wants to go stand in the scorching heat or the summer. But then unless you are exposed to that kind of environment and you see it closely as to how the works are to be done, what defects are possible there, and how they are to be alleviated, unless that is done, nothing will come out. Sitting in the design offices without the feedback from the operation and management, without the feedback from the sites as to what is going wrong, can't be expected to be a foolproof thing. So my request to the youth sitting here is not only aspire for the design offices or the air conditioned offices, but try to go to the sites, try to go to the operation and maintenance, and try to gather the knowledge out of it. Then only you can become a perfect guy to take the mantle further. I think the third one and more important aspect for this August gathering, listening here, is connect with the society. Ultimately, what we are doing is for the benefit of the society. If the society is not properly addressed, if we don't have the connect with the society, we cannot really give justice to whatever work we are doing. In terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the water as one of the infrastructure, unless those who are getting benefited out of this, we connect to them, we really cannot give justice to our work. For example, if you are into the water sector and your client is not satisfied, client here means the person using the water in the morning at 7 o'clock, if he has to get good water, good quantity of water and good quality of water, and if you are not knowing what quantity and quality he wants, maybe at times he doesn't want 135 LPCD, but he wants only 50 LPCD, but at the right time, 7 o'clock, because 7:30 he has to leave his house. And if you can't provide, then he will abuse you. And you need to explore why he is abusing me, and you need to explore what corrective measures I need to do. Many times it happens like in the government organization, or for that matter even the private organization, contractors, etc. working, at that particular moment of heated exchange that may happen between the aggrieved customers, they try to not to be present there, to avoid that particular heated exchanges between the two. But the youth here, I will request them to understand that if someone is giving or talking heatedly, it means he is aggrieved, and it means technically or by some other means you will have to alleviate whatever has caused his anger, and you can certainly find out the solutions for it. Such kind of feedback from the customers can only help us improve in terms of our work and in terms of the sustainable management of this resource called water. Ultimately, if any resource is becoming scarce and we have to manage a scarce resource, then what becomes important is the respecting the resource, and one who is managing the resource has to go to the community and tell them how they have to respect the resource as such. And for that, a very good communication methodology is also required. It is not engineering. It is how to communicate with the people, how to communicate with your clients, how to communicate with your customers. And when you learn these things, along with the engineering, along with the management, you will become the perfect people, and towards the perfectual, towards achievement of the sustainable development goal in terms of the management of water, which will in future certainly going to become scarce. I end here by requesting all of you to respect the resource called water. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Holani sir has been awarded as the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration, Government of India. He's also been awarded the Best Engineers Award of Government of Maharashtra. It was great hearing from him. Thank you so much. Let's now invite our Director Youth Forum, IWWA, Shri Vijay Charhate sir, to come forward and address and highlight on the Youth Forum activities.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
We have another eminent guest on the dais, Shri.R.G.Holani Mathiyalagan sir, Vice President IWWA. Hearty welcome to you, sir. May I request Bansode sir, Engineer Bansode sir, to come forward and present a bouquet to him. And the inaugural session had to be, we had a bouquet presentation even for our own President IWA. I request Engineer Priya Mali to please come forward and present a bouquet to Bhujbal sir.
Thank you. The dais is set. And once again, I want you all to express good morning. I have to express my thoughts on the third day, that is Sunday, the 22nd January, in the 55th Indian Water Works Association Annual Convention being held here at Pune. Blessed am I, Vijay, for the opportunity bestowed to me to express as a Director Youth Forum for Water and also to bridge a gap. I have a question to ask, especially to the students. What do you do on your mobile? What do you use or what do you do on your mobile? If you like a message, if you like a picture, if you have some good wish or a good joke, you show your thumb, you join your hands, and what else? You show your heart or you clap. I want you all to show me how you can clap together. Please join your hands to clap. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Thank you. You have joined me in expressing my thoughts. This is a good exercise. This is the energy which you pump within yourself and you charge yourself. The drowsiness, the hangover is all gone. Now you can give your attention. Welcome you all students coming from different parts of India. This also makes the seniors who clap with you feel younger. Students, your energy, full of knowledge and energy, you have the energy, the desire to learn, to receive knowledge, add on, add to the reasoning ability, focus to the new ideas, experiments, projects, reports. Let what did respected R.G.Holani told you all be an eye-opener to most of you. In short, I have another idea. आप लोग सब लेने के लिए आए हो, लेने के लिए आए हो ना? तो आप लोगों को if I put in a लेने वाला box, it is Lena Bank, and the Pandora box opened by Shri.R.G.Holani ji. He has showered things and he has given you. उन्होंने काफी कुछ चीजें आपको बताई और प्रस्तुत की है. So he is the Lena Bank. So Lena Bank ऐसा blessing देगा और Lena Bank आप लेने के लिए तैयार होकर आए हो. तो इस पूरे इवेंट से आज के और कल से आप लोग काफी कुछ लेके जाओगे. मुझे याद है आज मेरे गुरुजी विजय के गुरुजी डॉक्टर तैयब अली वाला जी के प्रोफेसर, उन्होंने हमको ये लेना बैंक और देना बैंक का सिखाया. क्लास में भी पढ़ाते थे, फेस पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव जाते हुए बताते थे. तो आज आप लोगों का सबका खाता खुल गया है देना बैंक और लेना बैंक के बीच में. और हमारे चीफ गेस्ट होलानी जी ने जो फॉर्मर मेंबर सेक्रेटरी रह चुके हैं, सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस आपको दे दिए हैं. आई होप यू हैव रिसीव्ड देम. अब ये समझिए कि उन्होंने आपको कैश दी है. आपको ये कैश डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है, उपयोग करनी है और इसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है। जैसे होलानी जी ने आपको जितना दिया, दैट इज द रिचनेस व्हाट यू हैव रिसीव्ड इन योर लेना बैंक। अब इस अकाउंट में भुजबल साहब को भी मैं एक्सपेक्ट करूंगा कि जब उनका नंबर आएगा वो भी खाता खोलेंगे और आपको काफी कुछ बताएंगे। लेने के लिए आप तैयार रहिएगा। हमारे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट डीएस स्टूडेंट्स, आप सब पहचानते हो उनको, है ना? कल ही उन्होंने अपना पदभार संभाला है परसों से, और ये भी आपको सेफेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट कैसे करना है ये सिखाएंगे। सेफेस्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट देना बैंक में फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट रहेगी, रिकरिंग अकाउंट रहेगी, और ये मैं गारंटी लेता हूं कि आज से 1 साल बाद जनवरी 2024 में कोयम्बटूर में आपको बहुत बड़ा इंटरेस्ट के साथ ये वापस मिलेगा। तो वहां पे भी ये देना बैंक एटलीस्ट वहां तक आप चालू रखिए, ये उम्मीद रखूंगा। हमारे बीच धवल पाटिल जी आए हैं, वो भी यूथ के जनरल मैनेजर ईएसएफ से, और ये भी ग्रो कैसे करना आपको बता रहे हैं। अब इनॉग्रेशन के बाद हम लोग जाएंगे जहां पे डॉक्टर पवन लाभ सेठवाल जी रहेंगे। ये साइंटिस्ट एंड हेड ऑफ नीरी डिपार्टमेंट है, और टेक्निकल सेशन 7 और 9 आपके रमनौर में है, और टेक्निकल सेशन 8 और 10 मोडक मेमोरियल हॉल में है। शायद कोई स्लाइड चेंज हो जाए तो आपको वहीं पे मालूम पड़ेगा, और हेडक्वार्टर्स की तरफ से अनाउंस भी करेंगे। तो आइडियाज ऑफ कैरियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, स्टार्टअप, ये सब भी आपको काफी कुछ लेने को तैयार हो तो ये लोग देने को तैयार है। एंड थैंक यू ऑल फॉर द डियर क्लैप्स व्हिच यू प्रैक्टिस्ड, एंड प्रैक्टिकली क्लैपिंग will follow all in the next sessions also. तो आपका ड्राउजीनेस और नींद चली जाएगी, और हाथ जोड़ते से चली जाएगी। All of you stay blessed, safe and healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Vijay Charhate, sir. Let's now have the presentation of Mr. Dhawal Patil, the voice of youth. He is a Master of Science in Hydroscience Engineering from Germany, a Bachelor of Technology from Pune, and his core expertise is research and development project in decentralized wastewater treatment systems, liquid waste management expert, and integrated septage management expert. The founder director of Sanivers Environmental Solutions LLP Pune. Zordar taaliyon se please welcome Mr. Dhawal Patil, the voice of youth, to give his presentation.
Thank you. A warm good morning to everybody. A warm good morning to everybody. Thank you, IWWA, and all the dignitaries on the dais for giving me this opportunity to speak to the younger minds and the brains who are present here. तो मैं 2 कंपनीज को यहाँ पे रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा हूँ. So I work in a company and I also have my own company. So दोनों तरफ से मेरे जो experiences है regarding youth and regarding how the people or the students who are just graduating, वो जब हमारे पास आते हैं with certain expectations, so what they expect and what we expect, ये दोनों मैं यहाँ पे बताना चाहता हूँ. So there is a small message for everybody in this presentation I am going to make. So some hard-hitting facts. बहुत बार ये सुनने को मिलता है. Lot of parents come to me and ask me कि बेटे को किस में भेजे, यानी कंप्यूटर साइंस भेजे, कोर इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड में भेजे, सिविल इंजीनियरिंग में कितना स्कोप है, वेस्ट वाटर में कितना स्कोप है. सो अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत सारी है. ओके, आप रिपोर्ट्स में जो नंबर्स पढ़ते हैं उसको हाउ डू यू ग्रास्प इट, दैट इज अप टू यू. सो पहले तो कुछ बिटर ट्रूथ्स या अपॉर्चुनिटीज मैं आपके सामने प्रेजेंट करूंगा। फ्रॉस्ट एंड सुलिवन की एक रिपोर्ट है जिसमें दे से दैट ऑलमोस्ट इंडिया का जो वाटर सप्लाई है वो दुगना होने वाला है, इट इज गोइंग टू डबल बाय 2023। ये 2022 की रिपोर्ट है। ये रिपोर्ट ये क्यों कहती है? बिकॉज इंडिया इज rapidly growing and also water supply projects are happening at a very fast pace. So the water demand is bound to increase on a daily basis. The same report also says by 2027 हमारा जो water as a resource है, होलानी सर ने already बहुत stress किया on the resource, water as a resource. ये जो resource है ये finite resource है। इंडिया में हमें एक finite resource of water मिलता है, उसमें से हम कुछ use करते हैं, and this math is going to go into negative by 2027. Matter of fact, अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो by 2050 negative 277 बिलियन क्यूबिक मीटर्स में इंडिया का ये रिसोर्स रहेगा। That means हम ज़्यादा पानी कंज्यूम करेंगे, ज़्यादा वेस्ट वाटर जनरेट करेंगे, एंड एट द सेम टाइम फ्रेश वाटर रिसोर्स हमारे पास बहुत कम रहेगा। So it is expected that 30 cities, 30 mega cities and big cities of India is going to face a serious water crunch in upcoming years. तो I don't know, आप glass half full वाला attitude रखते हो या glass half empty वाला attitude? I am a very optimistic person. I always look at the glass half full sort of way. So ये जो मैंने हार्ड हिटिंग फैक्ट्स बताए, इन फैक्ट्स में क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है? सो इंडिया में अगर हम वाटर एंड वेस्ट वाटर का मार्केट देखते हैं, दैट मार्केट इज गोइंग टू ग्रो बाय 9.7%। अभी फिलहाल 1.31 बिलियन है इन 2020 और 2.08 बिलियन तक यूएस डॉलर बिलियन तक जा सकता है बाय 2025। इट्स अ ह्यूज ग्रोथ। इंडिया 6th लार्जेस्ट मार्केट है एनवायरमेंटल टेक्नोलॉजीज के लिए। यू मस्ट हैव बीन नोइंग कि इंडिया में बहुत सारे बाहर के देशों के वर्कशॉप्स होते हैं, B2B वर्कशॉप्स होते हैं, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस एक्सचेंज वर्कशॉप, स्वीडिश वर्कशॉप, जर्मन वर्कशॉप। ओके, डिग्निटरीज वहां से आते हैं, दे ट्राई टू सेल टेक्नोलॉजीज टू इंडिया बिकॉज इंडिया इज द बिगेस्ट मार्केट एज ऑफ नाउ फॉर दीज टेक्नोलॉजीज। अगर हम सिर्फ वाटर और वेस्ट वाटर इस सेक्टर की बात करते हैं तो इंडिया अभी 2nd नंबर पे है इस मार्केट में। सो द अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर ह्यूज, द डिमांड फॉर यंग माइंड्स, फॉर ब्रिलियंट माइंड्स इज ह्यूज इन दिस सेक्टर। तो टू सम इट अप, डिप्लीटिंग फ्रेश वाटर रिसोर्स और वाटर स्ट्रेस ये एक मेन मुद्दा होने वाला है इन अपकमिंग ईयर्स। वेस्ट वाटर की जो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है, जितने भी हम हाउस होल्ड आइटम्स यूज करते हैं उसमें से जो केमिकल्स प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं, दैट इज क्रिएटिंग अ वेरी विशियस मिक्स ऑफ वेस्ट वाटर जिसको ट्रीट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है और इसके लिए बहुत R&D की जरूरत है कि वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट टेक्नोलॉजीज कैसे डेवलप हो और प्रोग्रेस हो। एंड नीड फॉर हाई क्वालिटी वाटर स्पेशली फॉर रीयूज एंड रिसाइकल, दैट इज अनदर एवेन्यू जहां पे बहुत मार्केट ग्रो करने वाला है। सो the way in which the government of India is planning कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर का इन्वेस्टमेंट सबसे ज्यादा हो इस सेक्टर में, एंड दिस सेक्टर इज बाउंड टू बूम। आपने बाजू में जो एग्जीबिशन एरिया है, यू मस्ट हैव सीन इट देयर एज वेल कि कितने स्टॉल्स लगे हुए हैं, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टॉल्स आर रिलेटेड टू वाटर सप्लाई, राइट? तो अपॉर्चुनिटी क्या है? जैसे मैंने फर्स्ट स्लाइड पे आपको बताया था कि इंडिया में फाइनाइट रिसोर्स है, तो वो कितना है? 1123 बिलियन क्यूबिक मीटर। इतना पानी इंडिया में हर साल हमें मिलता है, वो यूटिलाइजेबल कमोडिटी होती है। उसमें से इन 2017 की रिपोर्ट कहती है हमने 946 बिलियन क्यूबिक मीटर पानी कंज्यूम किया था। ओके, you will be shocked to know that in India 55% of that demand or that water consumed came from groundwater. Okay, हमें वो ground water दिखता नहीं है, इसलिए we are more less sensitive towards ground water. हमें पता नहीं होता है कि हम कितना पानी यूज कर रहे हैं, especially from the bore wells. तो अगर हम 3 मेजर कंज्यूमर्स की बात करते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर, डोमेस्टिक एंड इंडस्ट्रीज। एग्रीकल्चर इज द बिगेस्ट कंज्यूमर ऑफ फ्रेश वाटर इन इंडिया। ऑलमोस्ट 85 to 90% of the water is consumed in agriculture. तो यहाँ पे the biggest opportunity जैसे अभी इसके पहले speakers ने बताया is IoT in conservation of water and process optimization, especially irrigation and water conveyance. वहाँ पे जो नॉन रेवेन्यू वाटर होता है उसको कैसे रिड्यूस किया जा सकता है, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट अपकमिंग सेक्टर. नेक्स्ट अगर हम डोमेस्टिक की बात करते हैं 7 to 10 और 12% तक यहाँ पे पानी कंज्यूम होता है. एंड यहाँ पे एफिशिएंट वाटर मैनेजमेंट, आई वोंट से जस्ट वाटर सप्लाई और वेस्ट वाटर. We have to look at water as a commodity. Every city or a town needs to look at this commodity in a holistic way. Not just the surface water or the water which is coming in the tap, but also the groundwater resource, which is very finite. So overall, हमें water को holistic way में देखना है. And that's the biggest market in domestic side, on the domestic side. अगर हम industries की बात करते हैं, 2 to 5% of the water is consumed in industries. And industry में अभी जो trend चल रहा है, because of the regulations, बहुत strict regulations है, and efficient recycling systems and ZLD, zero liquid discharge. These are the upcoming things. अभी already research चालू हो गया है, a lot of technologies are there. But what India is missing right now is indigenous technologies. ऐसी technologies जो India में research करके develop हुई है और यहीं पे बनती है. Okay, that is what is needed in India right now. Because बाहर से जो patented technologies आती है, they are very expensive, and we as Indians cannot always afford those technologies. Even the big cities cannot afford such technologies. So India needs indigenously make in India, made in India technologies right now. So what the national government is doing? ये slide मैंने जानबूझ के रखा. All the senior members, all the IWWA members here, they all know about this. But यानी जो youth यहाँ पे बैठा है, उनको शायद ये सारा programs और ये जो ministry level पे बातें चलती है, ये शायद पता ना हो. So in May 2019, national government ने जल शक्ति ministry बनाया. This was amalgamation of different ministries which were related to water and sanitation पहले. सब अपने अपने silos में काम करते थे. Now national government has clubbed all these ministries together and they have come up with Jal Shakti Ministry, which has a huge funding right now. यानी almost 86,000 crore का funding 2022 में जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री को दिया गया था. And it is going to increase by at least 10 to 12% this year. अभी जो बजट निकलेगा तब हमें पता चलेगा. जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री के अंदर कुछ फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम्स चालू है, जैसे कि स्वच्छ भारत मिशन. इसके बारे में आपने बहुत सुना होगा, स्पेशली आपने ये लोगो बहुत देखा होगा. सारे सिटीज में ऑन द साइडवॉक्स यू सी दिस लोगोस विद लॉट ऑफ कलरफुल पेंटिंग्स, राइट? स्वच्छ भारत मिशन 1 जो था, दैट वाज इरेडिकेटिंग ओपन डिफेकेशन, इंक्रीजिंग एक्सेस टू टॉयलेट. SBM 2 is focusing on the second thing, that is wastewater management. Amrut wants to make the life livable in cities. So इसमें सिर्फ water waste water नहीं है, sanitation नहीं है, इसमें urban mobility and all the other infrastructure which is needed, utility infrastructure which is needed for the city to run, to make your life easy, those are happening under Amrut. अभी जल जीवन मिशन लॉन्च हुआ है, जिसमें rapidly access to water, access to tap water is happening. इसलिए 2023 तक, मैंने पहले स्लाइड में कहा, 2023 तक वाटर सप्लाई जो है वो दुगना होने वाला है, डबल होने वाला है. बिकॉज जेजेएम के अंदर रूरल में काफी वाटर सप्लाई प्रोजेक्ट्स अभी हो रहे हैं. उसके बाद नमामि गंगे, द मोस्ट हाइलाइटेड प्रोजेक्ट इन इंडिया एज ऑफ नाउ विद अ बिग बजट. गंगा रिवर बेसिन में जितने भी टाउन्स हैं, उन टाउन्स के लिए फॉर एफिशिएंट वाटर एंड वेस्ट वाटर मैनेजमेंट दिस प्रोजेक्ट इज प्रोवाइडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ सपोर्ट. And then last but not the least, Atal Bhujal Yojana. This was something even it came as a surprise to me कुछ हफ्तों पहले, that India is running such a massive program for groundwater management. However, Atal Bhujal Yojana is the least talked about. However, the most important because 50 to 60% of the water consumed in India comes from groundwater. तो ये थे हार्ड हिटिंग फैक्ट्स, अपॉर्चुनिटीज. अभी हम बात करते हैं कि चैलेंज क्या है. व्हाट इज द इंडस्ट्री फेसिंग राइट नाउ? इंडस्ट्री इज फेसिंग scarcity of trained and talented manpower. The youth which is sitting here, आपको इस इंडस्ट्री में लाना हमारी जिम्मेदारी है, आपको नर्चर करना हमारी जिम्मेदारी है. Okay, so we want the curious minds to come forward to learn with the experts from here and take the torch ahead. The educational institutes need to understand that it is what men behind the machines matter and not the machines itself. जो दिमाग, जो ब्रेन इन मशीन्स के पीछे काम कर रहा है, भले ही वो मॉडलिंग हो जाए या सॉफ्टवेयर रिलेटेड ऑटोकैड, बेंटली, ये सब सिखाया जाता है just for the sake of curriculum. But what actually is needed is to nurture that mind, to make him or her understand कि जब ये सॉफ्टवेयर कुछ कर रहा है तो उसके पीछे बैकग्राउंड में क्या हो रहा है, that needs to be taught. There is seriously a big huge gap between the acquired knowledge and the required knowledge. अगर मैं खुद का एग्जांपल देता हूँ, I graduated from COEP Technical University in 2011 and जो करिकुलम तब था वही करिकुलम आज भी है and the industry has changed massively in the last 10 years. तो करिकुलम क्यों नहीं चेंज हुआ? So जो सिखाया जा रहा है और जो जिसकी जरूरत है उसके बीच में गैप बहुत बड़ा है. उससे क्या होता है? When these young minds they come into the sector, they need to be groomed. And grooming में बहुत खर्चा होता है, बहुत टाइम लगता है, and then the industries are not or the people are not happy, the experts are not happy कि उनको ज़्यादा टाइम इनको ग्रूम करने में लग रहा है और प्रोजेक्ट शेड्यूल पीछे पड़ जाता है. इसका और एक इंडिकेटर है. Nowadays you must have seen workshops for young professionals, for early professionals बहुत increase हो गए हैं. Even on the online platform like Udemy, LinkedIn, इसके ऊपर courses targeting the graduate students have increased tremendously. That is because of this same reason कि जो सिखाया जा रहा है that is not up to the mark and there is a gap जिसको fill करने के लिए ये जो demand है ये capitalize कर रहे हैं ये सारे online educational platforms. इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा पावर है youth. India as of now has highest amount of population which is under 40. Almost 60% of the population in India is right now under the age of 40. That is the biggest strength India has right now. तो हमें इस demographic dividend के ऊपर invest करना है so that we can get the best out of this youth. Youth को ये भी समझना है कि हमें employable और deployable लोग चाहिए, okay? ना कि okay you have a civil engineering BTech या BE degree, the degree really doesn't matter. यानी मुझे आज तक किसी ने पूछा नहीं है आपकी कौन सी डिग्री थी या मास्टर्स किस में किया था या बैचलर्स किस में किया था. The only time when my degree is talked about is during the introduction in such workshops or conferences. So youth needs to be employable and deployable. The industry needs plug and play kind of employees कि hire किया 10-15 days groom किया and then they are put into the projects. तो ये जो gap है, how can we bridge this gap? I was sort of brainstorming on this for the last week कि ये जो problems है जो industry face कर रही है और जो academic institutions भी face कर रहे हैं, how we can bridge those gap. And then I found out that there are 3 links which needs to be tied together. The most important link here is the academic institutions. They have to sort of undergo a reform a lot. There are a lot of institutions who have already taken that step. I have been interacting with few of the institutions to update their curriculum recently. Education जो अभी एक बहुत faculty centric हो गया है. हमारे पास one of the best faculty है इस topic पे, चलो ये subject introduce करते हैं. That's the way education is happening right now. Whereas the requirement is कि industry की क्या requirement है, industry में कौन सा gap है, उसको कैसे fill किया जाए. That is the real requirement right now. That should be taught to the students. ना कि हमारे पास यानी which the university कौन से professor को hire कर सकती है, who is the best right now in the academics. Practice-based learning is missing. Lot of times when I am interacting with the young minds who are doing BTech and MTech, I come to know that lot of times उनके practicals नहीं हो रहे. They are just taught from the book. उनको ना site visits करे जाते हैं, ना उनको treatment plants पे लेके जाया जाता है. उनको सिर्फ यही सिखाया जाता कि design कैसे किया जाए. So practice-based learning is missing. Lot of colleges have started this new trend, compulsory internship. But ये जो compulsory internship का फंडा है, ये कभी work नहीं करेगा जब तक the student is not motivated enough to take up that internship and to learn. जब आप compulsory लगा देते हो तो वहीं पे थोड़ा सा discouragement हो जाता है within the student. So the academic institutions need to think in the way the pedagogy needs to update. Now the important thing, that is the students. The students need to focus on competencies. हमेशा याद रखिए, employability permanent है, employment नहीं. The moment industry or the company gets a better person in a less wage, you will be replaced by that person. आप ये याद रखिए. You need to learn, unlearn and relearn every time. So basically जैसे you need to be a student throughout your life. आपको खुद को अपडेट करना बहुत जरूरी है, even after you have crossed 5, 10, 15 years into this industry, because the industry is massively changing. And what the industries can do? Industries can open up the doors as learning factories. Internships is one way of doing it, but there are several other ways of interacting with not just the student but even the faculties. The industries can invite the faculties, share with them what are the actual bottlenecks or challenges which the industry is facing in technical terms as well, and then collaborate with the academic institutions. The other thing what the industries can do is also invest into research and development within the academic institutions. I have seen a lot of industries have their in-house R&D departments, or they outsource the R&D to another research company. But they really don't invest into the academic institutions a lot. Academic institutions are more dependent on the grants and the fundings coming from the government, which are very minuscule as compared to the research, kind of research we want to do in India right now. And if we want good people to come out from the academic institutions and to join us, then we need to invest back into those institutions in the form of research and development. So the last 3 slides of my presentation, what and how IWWA Youth Forum can progress in the future. So the first point is connecting. IWWA Youth Forum can become the facilitator of the things which I have been saying right now. Streamlining the connection between the industry experts, the academic institutions and the students. Alumni cells, ये एक बहुत strong asset होता है किसी भी academic institutions का. And IWWA has a database of all the engineers who are in this field right now, with their passing out year and the college as well. If the data can be shared with the alumni cells, then a lot of things, the conversation can start from there. We have heard that water and wastewater is not just an engineering discipline, there are various aspects to it. सिर्फ इंजीनियरिंग ही नहीं, इसमें सोशल साइंसेस भी इन्वॉल्व है, ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी भी इन्वॉल्व है. इफ वी रियली वांट द बिजनेस ऑफ वाटर एंड वेस्ट वाटर टू प्रोग्रेस और द यूटिलिटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर टू प्रोग्रेस, वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ द पीपल, द एंड बेनिफिशियरीज, दैट इज द हाउसहोल्ड्स. बिकॉज इफ दे टेक द सर्विस बट इफ दे आर नॉट विलिंग टू पे फॉर दैट सर्विस, दैट बिकम्स अ ह्यूज गैप एंड चैलेंज. The youth forum can also aggregate the opportunities. Aggregate the opportunities in the sense, lot of times the academic institutions are calling individual companies and asking for internship opportunities. Why not have a place where we can club all the internship opportunities which the water and wastewater sector in India has? Each chapter of IWWA can have their own internship sort of geography-based internship sort of listing. Job vacancies की listing हो सकती है. Maybe there are a lot of students who are interested to do masters, but they want to take a break of 1 year or 2 years to either to prepare for the exam or to gain some experience. In those 1 or 2 years, they really want to understand, get into the industry and understand them. So earn while you learn kind of programs can also be started there. The next point is learning. Learning के लिए we need to have different kind of practice-based learning, different kind of pedagogy. Facilitate site visits. There are a lot of flagship projects which are happening across India, be it bridge, be it road engineering, be it airport engineering, be it water, wastewater engineering. सभी फील्ड में बहुत उम्दा प्रोजेक्ट्स हो रहे हैं इंडिया में, एंड ग्लोबली दे आर गेटिंग एक्नॉलेज, बट we are not making the best out of it. We are not transferring that knowledge to the young minds. Site visits and documenting these case studies will help to do that. I would request the senior members of IWWA who are present here to document them and sort of give it to certain parties or certain companies who are into capacity building, who can be the link between the industry and the academics. So what we can do is we can create nice learning modules, training modules, not the bookish kind of one, but one which is based on the actual case studies which are happening in India. I remember when I was in my college doing my bachelor's in civil engineering, there used to be guest lectures, and I was fortunate enough that most of the guest lectures were on the actual projects. But what I missed that time is we were never asked to brainstorm about that case. We were never questioned कि अच्छा आप बताओ कि हम क्या कर सकते थे. The challenge and the solution was given, and there the brainstorming required by the young mind was killed. अगर हमें challenge देते और कुछ समय देते सोचने के लिए कि आप बताओ क्या कर सकते हो, so maybe that would have helped us to learn more. And last, leading, Holani sir has already, and Charhate sir had already sort of brought a limelight to this. The Youth Forum can be the platform which is created by the senior leaders in this industry to nurture the young leaders of tomorrow. We want you guys to flourish, to come into this industry and flourish and give back to the community and get the job satisfaction which most of the people here sitting have today, that we are impacting the life of people in India. So connecting, learning and leading, that should be the aim and motto of the Youth Forum. And with this, I would like to end my talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your scintillating address, Mr. Dhawal Patil. I'm sure the youth will take guidance from this and inspiration through this. Let us hear from our own president, IWWA Pune Center, Shri S.B. Bhujbal sir, to say a few words and remarks on this inaugural of the youth session.
Chief guest, respected Holani sir, dignitaries on the dais, and my youth friends, very good morning. As per original schedule of this program, I am not supposed to speak, but however, seeing you here, मैंने सोचा दो चार बातें कर ली जाए. First of all, as a president IWWA, जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, शायद मैं IWWA का सबसे यंगेस्ट प्रेसिडेंट हूँ. तो दो तीन बातें तो कहना जायज है. होलानी सर ने, चराटे सर ने और धवल ने जो भी प्रेजेंटेशन किया है, बातें कही है, उसमें काफी कुछ कवर किया है. फिर भी मैं कहूँगा कि सिविल इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड और उसमें वापस ड्रिंकिंग वाटर एंड पब्लिक हेल्थ सेक्टर बहुत ज़्यादा इंथुजियाज्म दिखता नहीं बहुत बार. लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं, अगर भारत में आज के तारीख में जो सबसे ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट हो रही है तो वो इस क्षेत्र में हो रही है. जो लोग यहाँ से पिछले 2 दिन से उपस्थित है और जो वेरियस प्रेजेंटेशन और सेशन अटेंड कर रहे हैं, उनको अब तक पता चल गया होगा कि जल जीवन मिशन जो ओरिजिनली 3.5 लाख करोड़ की इन्वेस्टमेंट थी, अभी वो लगभग 5 लाख तक पहुंची है. और अमृत 2 जो है वो लगभग 3 लाख की इन्वेस्टमेंट, 3 लाख करोड़ की इन्वेस्टमेंट. सो इट इज अराउंड 8.5 लाख करोड़ ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट, एंड वो भी काफी कम टाइम में करने हैं, 2 से 3 साल में. तो दोस्तों बहुत ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी है. फील्ड में आप भी तैयार हो जाओ। 1-2 साल में 3 साल में आप लोग कॉलेज से बाहर निकलोगे, कुछ लोग अभी इस साल भी बाहर निकलोगे। तो ये जो प्रोजेक्ट हम लोग इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं, वेरियस रोल में वहाँ पे मैन पावर की, रिसोर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है। राइट फ्रॉम सर्वेइंग, डिजाइनिंग, एस्टिमेशन, प्रिपेयरिंग DPR एंड देन साइट पे एग्जीक्यूशन भी करना है। तो बेसिक अभी MJP हो या यूपी जल निगम हो या कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट नहीं है जिन्होंने कंसल्टेंट या यंग इंजीनियर्स को अपॉइंट नहीं किया है। 2-3 चीज़ें हम अपेक्षा रखते हैं। फ्रेश लोग आते तो बेसिक नॉलेज की अपेक्षा रखते हैं, और हम लोग देखते पैशन। वो बंदा पैशनेट होना चाहिए। भले 2 चीज़ें कम मालूम हो, लेकिन उसका अगर पैशन है तो वो सीख लेता है वेरी कम पीरियड में। तो दोस्तों, बस आपका जो पैशन है उसको बनाए रखे, वो आपको लाइफ में बहुत आगे लेके जाएगा। सो बस दैट्स ऑल। मैं ज़्यादा टाइम लूँगा नहीं। ऑल द बेस्ट। और आपको बहुत अच्छे जो अगले 2 सेशन है, काफ़ी अच्छे स्पीकर है, उसमें आप लोग उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करो। कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो वो भी पूछ लीजिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir. So he is himself an inspiration for you, all the youth. So get up for the future. So please be seated. दूसरा session भी यही continue होने जा रहा है. We have no break because we are getting late. So let's move on to the presentation of the mementos of this session. May I request Engineer Madam Vaishali Auteji to please come on the stage. I also request Sunil Doble sir to be ready, and Kirti Kumar Gurav and Dhananjay Jagdane sir also to be near the stage. So first I request Vaishali Madam to present the memento to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri.R.G.Holani ji ko. तुम्हाला मोमेंटो आहे आधी तुम्हाला May I request Engineer Sunil Doble sir to present a memento of appreciation to Shri Vijay Charhate, Director, Youth Forum, IWWA. I request Shri Kirti Kumar Gurav to present a memento of appreciation to our Voice of Youth, Shri Dhawal Patil ji. एकच राहिलं एकच बँगलोरची गायत्री.
Hello. I request Gayatri from Bangalore to kindly come on the stage to give the award. Memento, sorry. Gayatri is here. Next कौन है?
बैंगलोर की यूथ गायत्री. मैं गायत्री नहीं, इट्स अ स्टूडेंट. यूथ गायत्री.
Mr. Rishikesh Sonje, please come on the dash.
Yeah, youth Rishikesh is presenting the memento to Mathiyalagan sir, Vice President IWWA. Thank you so much, dignitaries. Thank you so much. We now request the next session to start immediately. I request all the other members to be ready for the second session. Our youth forum session continues. Please be